Peace. Lashing the God. I'm back at y'all again with a part 3 of growing up in New York City. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe to the channel now. It's called Keep Low. And let's rock out together and have a great year. I wish you all peace and prosperity. And once again, hit the like button. That's the thumbs up. You know, give my videos a little push. I appreciate all of y'all. You feel me? Now, check it. Like I told y'all, New York is just, these Gucci hat and Gucci glasses go together good. But yo, back to basic. Look, growing up in New York is a serious thing. And there's a lot of other places that's serious. But I'm talking about New York specifically, the town I was born and bred in. You feel me? And we all go out of town, so it's all up. You know what I mean? But yo, check it out. Now, I'm going to get into when I moved to Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn. I moved to Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn, you know what I mean? And I had 2 sons, God and Lord. You know, they was the only ones born at the time, because I got 7 children now. But like, I had my sons, God and Lord, at the time. And they was young, not too young, because they was in Edenwald. But, you know, when we went to Brooklyn, you know, they was coming up in Bed-Stuy, you feel me? So when I moved to Bed-Stuy, I moved on Hancock between Patton and Route, you feel me? Initially, you feel me? And Brooklyn, you know, I was going out there once in a while to the rallies, the Fort Greene, and fuck with a couple of my mans and pink houses and different shit. But I never really was out there actively until I moved out there, man, hard. And then I was out there actively, you feel me? So when I moved, shout out to all my niggas on Hancock and Patton. Yo, all my nigga Lincoln, Pete, all of them. Yo, Moon, that's my nigga. Like, yo, fuck all my niggas out there. Shout out to all my niggas in Bed-Stuy, period. There's too many of y'all for me to name. Shout out to my niggas in Brownsville, East New York, wherever. You feel me? The whole Brooklyn, the whole New York. Shout out to all of y'all. Shout out to all my niggas out of town too, but I'm speaking about New York right now. You feel me? So anyway, look, when I moved out there, it was brownstones and shit. Something like Harlem, but a little bit different. But the vibe was crazy when I went out there. Like, look, you know what I mean? Like, real gonna recognize the real. So I'm not saying niggas just, you know, but you know, you lock in with niggas and niggas embrace me from the gate. Maybe it was my approach or how I approach niggas. And, you know, I was mostly keeping to myself, doing my own shit. You know, I'm moving out my baby moms or whatever and doing my shit. But fucking with my babies and my family, you feel me, at that time a little bit. But, you know, a nigga I go out, you know, I ain't gonna always go to the Bronx and Harlem. So I'm like, fuck it. Let me fuck with niggas in Brooklyn. So I met a couple of niggas, good dudes. And I locked in with them. And look, especially with it now, like Brooklyn, you know, I just love BK, you feel me? And like, to all my niggas in BK, love is love to all of y'all. The vibe is just so different, you know what I mean? And niggas move, they move different than niggas do in the Bronx and Harlem. But that's still New York shit, you know what I mean? And like, a solid motherfucker gonna fuck with a solid motherfucker, and that's just how it go, you feel me? But like, when I went on Hancock, I started fucking with all my niggas, and like I said, I ain't gonna, you know, drop no names or nothing like that to incriminate none of my niggas, you know what I mean, that's still active in what they do or whatever. But look, you know what I mean, I went out there, I fucked with some thorough niggas, man, like some gully niggas. Shout out to all of y'all, you feel me? And like, I was getting my own money, doing my own shit too, but then I started getting some guap out in Brooklyn too. And yo, shout out to all my niggas, man. And yo, like, a crazy situation transpired when I was out there too, because 2 dudes that I fucked with, both of them. And you know, it was kind of cool and shit, but like, this is public record anyway, so I can speak on it. But like, I met this dude, his name was Devon, and he was a gully nigga. Like, he was a gully nigga, and like, we started powwowing and shit. And like, he had like certain parts of Hancock and Lock, you know what I mean, his little area, whatever. But I also met my man June. He was a little older than us, but he was a gully nigga, gully nigga too, you feel me? So anyway, my man June or whatever, I'm fucking with him and Devon, but I'm fucking with both of them. Like, you know, I was doing business with both of them or whatever, and we was gully, like, we was kicking it or whatever. So anyway, long story short, Devon was telling me, I was chilling on the block with him, and we was just, you know, like, we was just chilling on the block or whatever, you know, overseeing shit or whatever. And my Devon was telling me, yo, my brother's coming home, my big brother's coming home, and he's gully, and I can't wait to meet him and all this other shit. And he was giving his brother mad praise, as he should, if his brother deserved it, you feel me? So he was doing that, and I was like looking forward to meeting his brother. You know, I be doing my own shit, but I was still looking forward to meeting his brother because I fucked with Devon, you feel me? But then I had left there, and I came back out, and I went up to June's house, and I was fucking with June and his son. That's my man. See, that's my man. So I was fucking with June's son hard, but I fucked with June hard too, and that was a good, yo, these are all three good dudes, Little C's, June, and Devon. So I'm fucking with anybody from Best I know. So I'm fucking with these niggas. So something happened between C, which is June's son. He's like in his 19, 20 something. And something happened between him and Devon that was like 28, 30, you know, shit like that at the time or whatever. So they had a fight or whatever, and I came, and my man C had a black eye. You know, it wasn't nothing, he wore it like jewelry, but it was just a black eye. And them niggas wasn't really speaking on the shit. And if they ain't speaking on it, I wasn't really speaking on it, because, you know, it wasn't really my affair, and I was cool with both of them. So I kept it moving or whatever, and I went and did my shit. So, oh yeah, let me back up a little bit. Devon's brother came home, and I got to meet him, and he was mad cool, yo, and we started vibing out, and he was locked up north, you know what I mean, and we knew some of the same people. So I was vibing out with him and shit, and he was like, seemed like a solid dude. And his brother was telling him I was gully or whatever. And so now his brother been home like 5 days, 6 days. And then the incident happened with Devon and C, because where they hustle is right across the street from each other. You feel me? Two buildings, tenement buildings that they hustle, and they got shit locked on each side of the street, but they be beefing sometimes, like, don't make licks on my side, you know, that shit. So anyway, they got into a little, I wasn't there, but a little scuffle or whatever. He ended up with a black eye. Yo, the nigga June came downstairs, and look, damn, man, this shit was crazy, man. He just came downstairs, and well, look, let me just back up a little bit. So look, one time we was chilling, and 50s came up, 5-0, undercovers. And nigga just like, yo, who got it? Who got some shit? Who got some shit? And we like, I ain't say nothing to the nigga. I'm just like, I don't know what you talking about. Like, I don't deal with none of that shit. Get out of here. But look, then Devon's brother, he was like, who you looking for? Who you usually deal with? And the white nigga was like, I deal with black. And the nigga said, yo, we all black. And we all just laughed, and we was gigging on that shit. So me and him walked off, and that nigga, and I was vibing out with him. He seemed like he was mad cool, and I just vibed out with him. Yo, I came downstairs, I went upstairs to eat or whatever the fuck with my baby mother and my kids or whatever. I came downstairs, son. Yo, Devon brother laying on the floor, gone. My man Devon laying on the other block. Police, like 100 cars out there. This shit's crazy. You know, I'm hearing shit in the air. I don't see my other man. Yo, the shit got mad crazy. Right now, my man sitting doing 20. You know, he capped out to 20 for both joints or whatever, and he just came home for doing like 8 or 9 for another homo that he had caught. You feel me, my man June? And like, it's a crazy situation because, like, let me just say this to y'all niggas. If y'all haven't subscribed to the channel, subscribe to the channel. It's Keep Low. And look, fuck with me, hit the like button. But look, let me just say this. Look, it's a crazy situation that transpired, right? Because Devon got killed. His brother got killed, just came home from doing some years upstate. And he was only home 6 days, got rocked. And I know niggas get shot every day, but I'm just telling you what happened to me in Bed-Stuy and niggas that I fuck with, right? So, anyway, look, you know what I mean? My man June away, locked up, doing some time for some shit that didn't really have to go up. But, you know, I can't tell a motherfucker how to move if a motherfucker touch one of your children or something. So, you know what I mean? It's just real life shit that transpired. But let me just say this to y'all people out there, and this for real educational purposes, and I'll give y'all some street wisdom and just some wisdom, period. Yo, a simple conversation could take shit a long way, man. And niggas could work shit out and just vibe out on some other shit and see that the shit wasn't as serious for the mother to lose their 2 sons and 2 good, solid niggas was gone. And then my third nigga, June, he gone too, sitting doing 20. You feel me? And shit pops off sometime. Don't get me fucked up. And I got a whole bunch of niggas that this type of shit popped off in New York. You know what I mean? But it is what it is, man. And yo, let me just say this one time too. Yo, check it, right? So after the shit popped off, look, he down, my man June just pulled out, burst on Devon brother, moked him out, right? And then Devon seen his brother getting murked, and he started running over there, whatever, from what niggas was telling me, that, you know, ate his brother, and the nigga already rocked him. Then he just started bursting at Devon. I don't know if Devon had a bang. I heard he did or whatever. I wasn't there. But look, anyway, he ended up dying in the hospital a couple of hours or a day later or whatever the fuck. And I was hoping the nigga make it, but he didn't. All right, look. So when he down Devon, bang, 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 he hit up Devon, a D jumped out of nowhere and was like, cause there's a precinct down the block on Malcolm X. You feel me? Or I'm fucking Patchen or whatever. So the motherfucking undercover nigga jumped out and he was telling June, drop it. And June was like, what? Just banged out the nigga. Bang, bang, bang. Banged out at him, right? So I don't know how the police found out it was him, but once they found out it was him, yo, son, they had to shoot the kill warrant on this nigga or whatever the fuck. You know what I mean? Some real shit. Like, that he blicked that police, right? So check it. I'm still vibing out with his son. So, you know, I went with his son somewhere. He like, yo, my dad said, what up to you? I like, all right, what up? Tell that nigga love is love or whatever, you know, stay safe. You know what I mean? So then, like, it's some early morning shit. I'm getting ready to go check my man Larry down on Hancock. I'm getting ready to go vibe out with him, get some trees or whatever. So I goes in the building, and yo, I go up the stairs, and then I comes down the stairs, and you know how they're like when you coming down from the first floor steps like this, like if you go behind it, you could go underneath the stairs. That's how some tenement buildings is in Bed-Stuy. So when I was coming down the stairs, I heard some shit moved, and I looked, and then my man June just came out, and look, he was like, yo, La, what up? And it was just me and him in the hallway like 7 in the morning. And I was like, what up, nigga? And I just gave the nigga a hug. And he gave me a hug, and I just looked at the nigga, and I was like, yo, you gotta stay safe, buddy boy, because you're in a fucked up situation. He was like, I know, but I'm gonna just play it out. And nigga just gave me a hug, and that's the last time that I seen him. And then, you know what I mean, I seen his wife, and I vibed out with her, and she told me where he was upstate, and, you know, shit just popped up. But that's in Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn. But, yo, this is just a day in the life of Lasheem Turner, the CEO of Keep Low. Subscribe to the channel. And, yo, I'm going to do part 3. And I'm going to go into Queens and Long Island and shit. You feel me? So just vibe out with me. This is a day in the life of Lasheem Turner growing up in New York. Peace, y'all. Subscribe to the channel. Don't forget. And hit the like button. Peace. Keep Low the company. I wish you all peace and prosperity. Peace.